Alors, coucou YouTube. Je sais plus où on en était la dernière fois. De retour sur Disco Elysium. Ah, il me fallait de l'argent pour m'acheter des médicaments, je crois. Attends, j'ai pas un genre un. Non, ça c'est les stats. Euh... Morale, je suis au max. Quelqu'un a signalé la pendaison. Ah oui, c'est ça. Donc, je pouvais utiliser la radio de Kim. Demander des fonds supplémentaires à votre poste. Ok. Signaler la perte de votre insigne. Ok, donc ça, il faut que j'utilise la radio aussi. Obtenez de l'ammoniac. Ok, c'était ça donc. En vrai, je pense que du coup, la plupart des objectifs, là, je peux les faire en retournant à la voiture de Kim, du coup. La voiture de Kim qui est où? C'est vrai que j'aimerais bien voir ça. Enfin, il doit être garé par là, peut-être. Ou attends. Ah oui. Ça, c'est le connard de raciste. Bah ok, c'est super ça, mon grand, mais elle est où ta bagnole? Par là, peut-être, du coup. Attends, il y a un mec là.
Good
Bonjour.
morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Alors, malgré sa carrure impressionnante et le couteau dans la main, il n'intimide pas. Que faites-vous donc ici, mon brave?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and
Oui, du coup,
grey
je le vois, il est de l'autre
overalls
côté.
waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Est-ce que vous savez qui a
I
causé
wasn't
ces
here to
dégâts?
witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Je viens de gerber, donc je sais pas si demander un bout de saucisson c'est nécessaire. Au pire, on verra.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Sure thing.
Oh,
Want some
merci.
too, officer?
Why not?
Oh. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Vous êtes très charmant. Prêteur sur gage, ok. Ah, attends, le prêteur sur gage, c'est peut-être une bonne idée. Est-ce que j'aurais pas des trucs à vendre dans des trucs que j'ai trouvés, par exemple? Mouchoir du lieutenant, c'était pour m'essuyer la bouche après le... Ok. Ok. Non, j'ai rien à vendre, donc ça sert à rien d'aller chez le prêteur sur gage pour l'instant. Par contre, c'est une bonne option pour plus tard, je pense. Mais de base, je cherchais la bagnole, en fait. Où est-ce que vous avez gagné votre bagnole, Kim? Dites-moi tout. Attends. Bonjour.
Life? doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Ok, bonjour, c'est vous René? Pute. Attends, mais je veux... Ah mais non, mais c'est Kim ça. Pardon. René, du coup, il est là. J'imagine que c'est lui. Bonjour.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
72%. Allez, let's go.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time as frozen. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the
Allez, je suis la boule. Pas mal, hein?
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem?
Attends, quoi?
You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull! Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Quoi ce bordel?
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven, when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now why did you approach us? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff, no...
Bon, ben... Ah oui, attends, donc... Oui, il faut que je descende par là pour aller voir le truc jaune qui est là, là. Oh, il y a des balles dans ce mur, what the fuck? Attends, par contre, ça m'emmerde parce que je voudrais vraiment essayer de récupérer la boule. Bonjour. Ah, il me faut un sac pour récupérer les bouteilles. Le problème, c'est que je pense qu'il faut que je les achète et j'ai pas un rond. Si j'ai besoin de vendre des bouteilles, c'est justement parce que j'ai pas un rond. Il y a d'autres personnes que je peux interroger là. Attends, je suis où? Bonjour.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Bonjour.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Ok.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Encyclopédie. Oh!
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved. Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Je voudrais vous poser des questions, ma
Okay,
grande.
sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Ah, je peux pas lui poser de questions sur l'enquête à elle.
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
No, your resilience.
That's a bit childish. Say what, sir? Of course, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you
Aw.
can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Bah écoute, cocotte, c'est sympa. Je vais peut-être pas rentrer dans la boutique parce que je sais pas ce que j'aurai à y foutre. Putain, mais Kim, tu l'as garé où ta putain de bagnole? Dis-moi où est ta bagnole, Kim? S'il te plaît. C'est quoi ça? Bah. Il faut que je prenne de l'ammoniac, c'est ça, pour analyser le cadavre? Je peux pas aller là-bas. Je sais pas à qui j'ai pas parlé encore. Le mec avec son impair, je lui ai parlé. Tiens, tous les gens qui sont par là. Bonjour.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler from another planet. Hey there.
Bonjour.
It's the
Qu'est-ce qui se
jam, my
passe?
man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man. Dunno. What you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Vous faites les grosses machines de transporteurs.
Yeah, it must be. Your job's to know all these little things, isn't it? Well, my job is to deliver tracksuit trousers. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Bah écoute, c'était très sympa, Tommy, mais c'est parti.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, il veut bien continuer de me parler, il est chou. Bon, j'avais vu quelqu'un d'autre par là, je sais plus c'était où. Ah oui, donc c'est ça, le rond-point est là. Ah, là, il y a quelqu'un. Bonjour.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. No
Bonjour.
response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait,
Allô?
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
D'accord. Bon. Là, il y a un autre mec. Allô? Pourquoi je ne peux pas parler à ce mec? Ah! D'accord. Ah, je peux pas parler parce que c'est la manif, peut-être. Ah si, attends, je peux parler à celui-là. Bonjour.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Bah, moi, personnellement, non.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
Bien, bonne question. Quel est votre objectif exactement?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. I try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
Given a job to do!
have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Là, je t'avoue, mon frérot, je suis pas trop là pour
We're
ça.
not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
Ok, attends, il n'y a pas un autre mec à qui je peux parler là? Parce que j'ai l'impression que je peux parler que à celui-là. Ah, attends, le mec en haut là. Je vais parler au mec qui est là en haut.
Scab?
Ah bah voilà. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can root me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do. Passing was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyardero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Bah écoute, merci pour ton aide. Attends, putain, je me suis téléporté. Je me souviens pas avoir monté l'escalier, what the fuck. Ah, il y a un peu plus d'argent par terre, super. Donc là, le vieux raciste, je vais parler, on s'en bat les couilles. La personne en jaune, là, je vais parler. Attends, je vais voir. Je vais essayer d'aller à la boutique de livres. Peut-être qu'il y a quelqu'un dedans. Ah, ben voilà. Bonjour.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Vous êtes la proprio?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go, be drawn.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl?
Tout à fait.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Un peu.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Bah en vrai, elle m'a bien vendu le truc.
Precious. Her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Franchement, ouais, elle a
As a
l'air.
young girl should be. With the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Bon, ben... Il y avait bien une personne en plus, mais elle a rien pu me dire sur le crime. C'est un peu dommage. Attends, ça fait quoi du coup si je reparle à Annette maintenant?
It's like a little gift from the sky.
Ouh là là, très difficile.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Oui, pardon, je m'en vais. Attends, 2,45. Je me demande si j'ai assez pour acheter l'ammoniac. Je sais plus combien il coûtait. Au pire, j'y vais, on va bien voir. Je sais pas, je crois qu'il m'a donné 25 l'autre. C'est là-dedans, c'est ça?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicines.
Ah, super, de l'ammoniac.
Sprays and blister packs.
Donc ça
They
fait...
all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Magnésium, c'est pour le moral. Je vais prendre de l'ammoniac.
Don't, like, overdo it or something.
Qui est Saint-Baptiste?
You know, the pharmaceuticals company. St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of St. Baptiste. That one. There. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Dramamine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying or exercising. Uh-huh.
Bon. Du coup, là, je vais prendre l'ammoniac. Comment je fais pour l'utiliser? Alors, comme il s'agit d'un objet de quête, il n'est pas nécessaire de s'en équiper pour l'utiliser, il suffit de le posséder. Ok, d'accord. Donc j'imagine que là, il faut que je revienne dehors au niveau du cadavre et que je l'utilise, entre guillemets, quand je regarderai l'arbre. Ok, d'accord.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Ah bah super!
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. I think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being hungover helps too. That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Par contre, c'est chiant parce que j'ai gâché mon ammoniac du coup. J'ai assez pour en acheter un autre, mais j'espère que ça va pas trop durer longtemps parce que ça risque d'être un peu chiant du coup. Attends, du coup, elle a dit quoi? Un truc de pensée? Compresseur volumétrique de merde. Reproduisez la même chose avec les deux hémisphères de votre cerveau. Attends. Une compression dans l'espace réduit pour atteindre le niveau solide de consolidation merdique. Serrez les fesses pendant 30 minutes. Reproduisez la même chose avec les deux hémisphères de votre cerveau. Oh! D'accord, j'intériorise sur un sujet. Attends, du coup, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont dit? Il faut que je parle à des gens, c'est ça? Quitter l'asphalte. Non, c'est pas ça. Ok, donc il faut que je continue à parler avec des gens. Le problème, c'est que j'ai fait le tour, j'ai l'impression que j'ai parlé à tout le monde. Attends. Bonjour, toi.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Attends, mais non, mais oui, c'est celle qui me donne les indications. Là, il y a Tommy le doudou. Ah, attends, j'avais pas parlé à cette personne-là. Bonjour.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang! Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like. You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. Anything for you. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol. Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sigai.
No need to dress this one up. Just tell him what you want.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important.
Are you trying to ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Ah merde! Il y a quelqu'un d'autre par là ou pas? Attends, du coup, comment ça marche le truc? Ah, 26%. Temps restant 22 minutes. Ah, ça c'est
Good
le
morning
mec
to
au
you,
salami.
officers.
Pardon, je voulais pas te déranger, poteau. Attends, par contre, j'avais des bouteilles à ramasser au niveau du parc. J'aimerais bien essayer de trouver pour voir si je peux pas trouver un sac quelque part. Peut-être dans l'espèce d'épicerie.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Attends, sérieux? Là, j'ai gâché l'ammoniac de manière... ok.
You see several packaged raincoats, fill a low shelf beneath a A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
On dirait qu'il n'y en a pas ici. Oh.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph. No response. Wherever this woman is, no response. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's being reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III." What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Ah oui, attends. Ah, j'avais même pas de haut, what the fuck? Ah oui, bah dis donc. J'étais torse-poil depuis tout à l'heure. Ok, donc il y a des bouteilles ici. Il y a des bouteilles dans l'autre truc, ok. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Là, il y a un mec, mais je peux pas lui parler. Ah, j'ai pas été là encore. Ah, bah il y a un mec là. Bonjour. Ah non, c'est une femme.
Of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Why, yes I am. The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Good.
Qu'est-ce que c'est Wild Pines?
I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration.
She nods.
Ah, pardon.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I hope I can be of help. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Ouais, c'est possible.
Dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuates.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
On va s'éloigner un peu. Je t'écoute, poteau.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we're on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes above a well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too. Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job. But you're sure as hell too ashamed to ask for cash, buddy.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samaran Isla into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbor into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCN. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
She simply nods.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Tous les lancers blancs d'endurance sont déverrouillés. Ah, c'est pas mal ça. Ça veut dire que du coup, j'aurai plus de chances de résister à mon envie de vomir quand on retournera voir le cadavre. Mais en tout cas, pour le moment, c'est ici que je vais m'arrêter. Et en attendant la prochaine, je vous dis salut.